We have got a lot of things going on at the moment. Trisha Paytas, somebody who everybody's been talking about, I was going to say lately, but pretty much always, although in particular lately, has got some very big news, and Nikita Dragun has opened up about something very personal. What's crack, it's VangelinaSkov, and today we are going to be talking about some different things today. We are taking a little break from the series in between episodes to just get back to some regular kind of videos. I don't think anybody's particularly interested in the reasons why we're taking a quick break from the series, so I won't bore you all with the details. I think I will do a Q&A soon. I'll probably put up one of those things on Instagram to ask me a question, so if anybody wants to know anything about that, then you can ask me there and then I'll tell you, but I'll save it for this one. Don't worry, don't click off, it's okay. So yes, today we are going to be talking about some of the things that Nikita Dragun has been talking about on her Instagram, some very personal things that she's opened up about some of the recent things that she's gone through and things that have happened to her, as well as briefly mentioning some news in regards to Trisha Paytas. But before we get into all of that, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, the wonderful Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN helps you keep yourself safe while you browse the internet by encrypting your data and hiding your IP address. And when you use the link in my description, you can get their VPN for $139 a month plus 3 months free, which includes a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you care about keeping yourself secure online, then this is a really great deal to get. And you can also use Atlas VPN on multiple devices, so you can stay safe everywhere that you browse. Plus, it's not just a VPN, it also blocks malicious ads, links, and trackers, and it notifies you if someone's trying to steal your data. Plus, it does more than just keeping you safe. You're also able to use Atlas VPN to access shows that aren't available in your country. For me the other day, this was fantastic because the new South Park episode came out and it's not available in Ireland, which is like really unfair, but just put on Atlas VPN and I could watch it no problem. And if you're worried about it being any kind of hassle, it's absolutely not. It is so easy to turn on and use, and it's super quick as well. Plus, to add to all the reasons why this is such a fantastic VPN, on top of everything else that it does, it also helps you to get the best deals when you're shopping online, and that includes things like streaming services, hotels, airlines. So honestly, there's no reason why you wouldn't use it. So if that all sounds good to you, which I assume it does because it's pretty great, with their Cyber Month deal, you can get Atlas VPN for just $139 a month plus 3 months free when you click the link in my description. So check that out before the offer runs out. Big thank you to Atlas VPN for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get on to the actual topic. So firstly, I want to talk a bit about Nikita Dragun and some of the stuff that she's been saying on social media. Now, Nikita is somebody that I don't generally follow that much unless there's obviously a big story. She was going around a lot on Twitter because of the music video she had made and stuff that she was posting on Instagram, which a lot of people deemed quite offensive. However, that was a whole story about a community I'm not involved with, so it didn't really feel like the right kind of story for me to cover. The other times that I have actually followed Nikita and made videos about her were when she was partying during the Panasonic and things like that. But besides that, I don't really keep up to date, but I did come across a couple of posts from her today on Twitter, and even though I don't actually keep up with her at all, I was quite surprised. I just wasn't expecting it, you know, not in like any kind of judgy way, not in any kind of like, oh, that's not what this looks like, just in like I was surprised. You generally are when things like this happen. So essentially what has happened is that Nikita says she was detained in a psychiatric facility. These are things that people don't often open up about on social media, and I think it's quite important for people to start openly talking about these kinds of experiences so that we can sort of, I don't want to say normalize them, but like destigmatize these sort of things so we're able to actually just talk about stuff. There's no fear around it. So I want to read you the posts that she made on Instagram. And yeah, most of these are from her story. I've been detained for the last 8 days, under temporary detaining order and magistrate. I was kicked out on Thanksgiving Day. I walked the streets in the cold. I got picked up by the cops. I was hospitalized. I was administered into a psychiatric hospital involuntarily. And then writes, I am okay. Now this is a little bit confusing because she doesn't actually give any specific details of what happened, and obviously like that's her right to not give us those details. If she doesn't want to tell us why exactly she was detained, that's her business and her information, so of course going to respect the privacy there. But does say that she was kicked out on Thanksgiving, detained for some reason, and that it was completely against her will, which as we know is something that can happen under specific circumstances, and although in some situations can prove to be extremely extremely useful, a lot of people do find the experience in itself traumatic. Now, she's not saying that she's traumatized by this. I'm just kind of giving context to these kind of detainments and stuff. She also posted a photo on her story, which I don't know if I can show it. I don't think I can because it's quite graphic. But she had some sort of wound on her stomach, sort of like a kind of a cut or something, but doesn't give any context to it, so I'm not really sure what it's about, and I don't want to speculate what it's about, but this is obviously stuff that she deemed important to share for this story. And she also goes on to say why exactly she's posting all this stuff. I don't want to hide my truth. I know some consider mental health to be shame or embarrassing, but this is me. She also has a lot of Instagram stories of her out and about, playing with ducks or something, or geese. Are they ducks or are they geese? I don't know my animals. Some kind of bird-like thing that makes a noise. Wow, I'm really intelligent today. And then also writes, just to sort of update the whole thing, I'm back home in LA. My trip to Virginia was meant for me to reconnect with my past and myself. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It was hard to work through, but I regained my humanity, so mission accomplished. She posted a photo on Instagram and had a very long caption, which I'll read for you now. God, I may never understand why, but I believe in myself and you. I surrender. I have never prayed for myself, but here it goes. I want to be free. I've been detained, handcuffed, and drugged. It took me to feel like a slave to understand and find myself. I was placed under a temporary detaining order and magistrate, taking away all my rights as a human. I was kicked out on Thanksgiving Day. I walked the streets in red GCD, I don't know what kind of dress that is, some kind of dress. Akatsuki jacket, oh god, I'm butchering all these words, I'm so sorry. And clear stripper heels in the cold. I was picked up by police and rode in the back of the car. I was hospitalized and tested top to bottom. I was administered into psychiatric behavioral health hospital involuntarily. I was drugged so intensely I couldn't even keep my eyes open for days. I was broken. After getting called crazy so many times, I almost wanted to just believe it. History is not kind to those seeking mental help. It was weaponized against me by even the ones I love most. I've been speaking to therapists and psychiatrists for months prior. Medication was an option, but for my choosing. This trip to Virginia was my way of trying to reconnect, find myself again. The only people who seemed to understand me were the patients, bipolar, schizophrenic, etc. I finally found my people who saw me for me. I even met a patient named Jesus born on Christmas Day. He talks to God, and baby, that's enough for me. My divinity and singing granted me freedom. I was lost, alone, and afraid. I know he works in mysterious ways, and Lord knows I can take on any battle. This one hurt, but showed me my will of fire. I'm a survivor. I am a lot of things, but I am just a girl with a dream. Delusional and all. No one will ever take my wish or beliefs away from me. To my family and friends, I love you and I am okay. To my dragons, mama needs some rest for the real battle. To me, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back and say, you are good enough. Never perfect. But where's the fun in that anyway? I will never hide my truth. I'm sure sharing something like this is considered embarrassing. Regardless, I just want to be seen and heard. This one is for me, forgiveness, even for myself. I am just human. And I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about this whole thing, about her posting all of this and sharing all of this. The internet is a very judgmental place, and for now that is definitely not changing, and I don't think it's ever changing. But I do personally think it's just so brave to post stuff like this, especially when you're just seen as sort of an influencer who just does, you know, wears nice clothes and nice makeup, and that's pretty much it. Sharing this kind of stuff, I think, again, personally think that this is just so important, and I'm glad more creators are feeling more comfortable and speaking up about their experiences and saying it's okay to not be okay, it's okay if bad things happen to you, you'll work through them, and it's okay to share human experiences because we're all humans having experiences. But anyway, let's move on to that and talk very briefly about Trisha Paytas, who has some very big news. And I know Trisha has been a huge topic of conversation with all the videos they've posted and come on, it's clickbait. A lot of clickbait that they've posted on YouTube and stuff. And a lot of people claiming that, you know, they're just trying to get more income, more revenue, just get views and stuff like that. But that is not what we're talking about today. Today, we're just talking about the fact that Trisha and Moses finally got married. They've been engaged for a very long time, and Trisha just posted on Instagram that they did indeed get married.
Married! Yay! Anyone who's at the wedding, please send us videos and pics. please text us. We are dying to see any photos and all videos taken. We love everybody. I can't believe we're married.
I know a lot of you really, really hate Trisha, and a lot of you really don't like Trisha, and that's fine. You don't have to like someone. But still, it is nice to see some nice news about people for once. It's always such doom and gloom on the internet and on YouTube that it's just nice to be like, hey, here's some good news about somebody. They got married and they're very happy. So congratulations to Trisha and Moses. And I'm sure whatever opinions you have on Trisha and I guess on Moses as well, we can all just agree. We probably can't all agree because it's the internet, but I hope we can all potentially agree to just like leave it aside just for a day. Just for a day. Oh, and also Trisha wore a black dress, which I wasn't expecting at all. Like, I really thought they would go with something traditional, like white ball gown thing. But they wore a black dress, and honestly, I kind of love it. Like, I wouldn't wear it myself, but I just love the fact that it was a black dress. I mean, considering Trisha's online career, nobody thinks that, you know, that they're the thing the white is supposed to be symbolizing in wedding dresses. But that's never stopped anybody else before. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. So do let me know in the comments what you think about all of this. And if you don't want to comment about that, then leave me a comment and let me know who your top artist on Spotify Wrapped was. And I know I'm very late to ask that question, but my top artist was Britney Spears. I was in the top 0.5% of listeners, which actually last year my top artist was System of a Down, and I was also in their 0.5% of listeners. Or maybe it was 0.2. It was something ridiculous. But anyway, love Britney. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, I forgot to say that earlier, and you can also turn on notifications with that little bell button and follow me on social media. Don't forget to check out the link for Atlas VPN in my description, and have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!